Well, hello, Multiplex. You think you're seeing Team 80s right now, but you're actually not. You're seeing a player who's hungry to be here in Warzone, and his manager de facto. I'm Jeremy the Adams, and I'm representing my good friend, my team partner, Sandy the Sandman Robinson today as he plays in singles. Our manager of our awesome faction, Thomas Eanes from Criterion Collection, has tapped me to stand with my good friend and be here for him today to manage him, give him some good vibes. Because I think Sandy is a great player. I think that sometimes he doesn't give himself as much credit as he's deserved. I wouldn't have won teams titles and done everything that we've done with him if he wasn't great. And I'm so excited to see him here today. It's been a while since he's been in Warzone, and Thomas and Matt are in the trenches right now. They've got a certain title match to deal with, so I'm really happy to be here. Sandy, how are you feeling? You have a good opponent today, but I think that this is going to be a great match for you, and I have all the confidence in you.
Oh, thanks, man. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, no, I'm happy to be back in, in Movie Warzone. My last outing was less than spectacular, to say the least. Thank you, James White. But you know what? A lot's happened since then. And, I found a renewed sense of my love for movie trivia. And, with all the testing that I do with you, I think that even though I've only seen Scott play, I've never actually been in a match with him or hosted a match with him. He's a good player, but I've been doing this for a little bit. So, I'm thinking today could be a good day for me.
Yeah, and that's I'm a little scared about what Alex is going to say because I know she brings the fire, but I'll just say we respect Alex and we respect Scott, but we've been doing this a long time. Sandy has been at this a long time, and we're gonna run over you guys today. So say whatever you want, whatever action you want to try to bring here today, Alex. We got this. We're the pros. Just step aside and let Criterion handle business.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. Last time out. Took a little bit of an L. I will say it wasn't as bad of an L. I mean, I think the 0-1 record is probably a little harsh. I did take Adam Collins to sudden death, and he's now playing for a #1 contender spot. So a little bit of bad luck there. But I brought along the extra weapon this time just to make sure that I get the W this time.
Absolutely. Okay, Scott, thing is, I love you, man. You're actually by far one of my favorite competitors. I cannot wait to see you annihilate this. Sorry, what's his name? I can't forgetting like this weirdo's name. What's his name?
Bruce the Shark or something like that, I think. Isn't that it?
Rooster. All I know is that he's crowing for no reason, and I don't like it. I mean, he's just gonna lose. That's the way it is gonna be. Now, Scott, I'm excited to see you annihilate this guy. I don't care. Like, I know you're going to win, obviously, but I'm excited to see your performance throughout this. Are you feeling pretty excited? Are you feeling pretty pumped going into this? I know you've been training. I know you've been doing a whole bunch of things. So how are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling good. They've been talking about how they've been here a while, and obviously that is factually true. But, from what I see around the leagues, there's a new generation of players who's kind of up and coming and taking over in the leagues. And I definitely want to be part of that today. So if that means beating some of the old guard to get there, then that's what I'm going to do.
I'm all about, new blood and everything, but I'm really excited just to put you in the leagues, that's for sure. I'm excited to see you annihilate them. Sorry, Sandy, you're out of here. That's the way it is. Nothing personal, it's just business.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Multiplex Movie Warzone. I'm your host, Kaleb Boatman, and today we got a really, really good match for y'all. It is two 0-1s looking for that shot of redemption. It is Sandy the Sandman Robinson going up against Scott the Savage Harvey. On the desk, we have the best manager in the world, Mr. Kaleb the King Koho. How do you feel about this match, Koho?
I feel like 11-2. But what we've got today is a great match. We've seen Sandy play. Sandy's a former champion, so seeing him get back into that singles ring, always a treat. And Scott, no slouch. He lost to Adam Collins, but I mean like you said in the promo, the 0-1 record is a bit of a sort of facade that he's hiding behind in this match. So I think it's going to be a great one. I'm excited to see what these two do right now.
Okay, so without further ado, let's bring the competitors into the ring. So introducing first, coming in with a record of 0 wins, 1 defeat, representing Criterion Collection, Team 80s. He is the former Movie Warzone team champion. It is Sandy, the Sandman Robinson.
Look at the intensity on Sandy's face. He looks ready.
Oh, I just watched Jumanji 2, so I'm doing the
Smoldering intensity. Give me the points, but I know it.
Okay, and introducing second, coming in the ring with 0 wins, 1 defeat. It is Scott, the Savage, Harvey.
Did I match the intensity?
9 out of 10. Okay, we're going to get started. You guys know how this works. 8 questions, 8 different categories. You get all 8 right, you get a bonus question. Whiteboard, round, same as everywhere else. 3 repeats and a challenge throughout the match. So, gentlemen, your first question. Category of actors and actresses. Christian Bale and Jared Leto appear together in what film?
You a big 30 Seconds to Mars fan?
What?
Are you a big 30 Seconds to Mars fan?
Apparently it doesn't actually take 30 seconds to get to Mars. I didn't know that.
They're liars. All of them.
3, 2, 1. Hands down. We're going to start off with Sandy.
I said The Last Emperor.
And Scott.
Said The Machinist.
That is also incorrect. Looking for American Psycho.
Ah, damn it.
Duh.
All right, guys. Your second question is in the category of animation. What type of animal is Fievel in An American Tail?
Yeah.
You know, I have a cousin named Fievel.
Oh, is he okay?
No, he's not at all.
Well, that's not good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Don't you laugh at his pain.
Scott
Mouse.
and Cindy.
Mouse.
Both correct. Your next question, Koho.
It's actually your question.
Oh, it is my question. Never mind.
Unless you want me to double up, I have no problems.
In the category of scores and soundtracks, what Simon and Garfunkel song plays at the end of The Graduate?
Have you graduated anything?
Yes, I've graduated high school, and this semester I will graduate with an AA degree at my college. Cool.
I graduated preschool.
5, 4.
Repeat the question.
Okay, first repeat for Scott. Your question category is scores and soundtracks. What Simon and Garfunkel song plays at the end of The Graduate?
You want to know what they teach you in preschool, Boatman?
What?
They teach you your primary colors and nothing else. Hence, the hair.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Sandy.
Mrs. Robinson.
And Scott.
I second guessed myself at first, but then I put Mrs. Robinson.
That is incorrect. It is The Sound of Silence. That's the one at the end.
I did the same thing, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cuckoo
I thought it was
cuckoo,
too easy.
Mrs. Robinson. All right. Your fourth question is in the category of Oscars. What film beat Citizen Kane for the Best Picture Oscar for films released in 1941?
Citizen Kane of movies.
So I know you saw this in a theater. What was that viewing experience like with 2 other people in a theater?
Oh, I almost got mugged, so that was not fun.
Okay.
5, 4, 3,
Would have been bad if you lost that quarter.
1. Pens down. We're going to start with Scott.
How green was my valley?
And Sandy.
I am wrong. I said Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
That's incorrect. So Scott is correct, though. We just get that 1 point. 2 to 1. Next question, category of drama. What is the first name of Robin Wright's character in Forrest Gump?
Okay, so back to this quarter. If you had been mugged and they had taken your quarter, would that mean you wouldn't have been able to buy your limited edition first print of Detective Comics number 27?
5, 4,
You could have been a millionaire.
3, 2,
Not funny.
1.
Okay.
Hands down. We're going to start with Sandy.
All my bolts are named Jenny.
And Scott.
I can't believe I blanked on it. I said Becky.
The greatest villain of all time.
So we are tied up 2-2 as we get
All
into our
right.
next question, Koho.
Your next question is in the category of recent releases. Who directed Midsommar? I never know how to say it. Midsummer.
Yes.
I think it's also pronounced bad.
I didn't see it, so I don't have a doubt.
You're just saying that because I'm here.
It's true. I also haven't seen it, so
We're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. Let's start with Sandy.
Oh, I have no idea. Taika Waititi.
And Scott.
It's pronounced amazing, and it's Ari Aster.
That is correct. Scott takes the lead 3-2. So we get into our next question, your penultimate question in the category of musicals. Who stars as Kathy in Singin' in the Rain?
we can both agree Kirk is wrong when he says this is an overrated film, right?
This is a delightful film.
One of the best musicals ever made.
Agreed, 100%. It's delightful. If you don't like this movie, you don't have a heart.
Fact. We're calling you out, Kirk.
4.
Go scope out your next victim.
Repeat.
1. Okay, first repeat for Sandy. In the category of musicals, who stars as Kathy in Singin' in the Rain? Have you ever sung in the rain, Koho?
No, but I've sung in the snow because that's where I live. I live in a snow globe.
Our weather has just been insane lately.
I literally got snow last night, and we were predicted to be 50 degrees today.
2, 1. Hands down. Gonna start with Sandy.
I got nothing.
And Scott.
Pretty sure I'm wrong, but I said Leslie Caron.
That is incorrect. Looking for Carrie Fisher's mother, Debbie Reynolds.
Debbie Reynolds.
Oh, that's right.
The incomparable Debbie Reynolds as we get to your last question of the round in the category of 70s. How is Augustus Gloop separated from the group in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Do you know that rhymed? Did you write that intentionally?
I didn't, but then I realized that it rhymed and I liked it.
The flow was ridiculous. Just what did it?
I want to write an entire rap song that is made up of trivia questions. 5, 4,
And you know what that'd be?
3,
Bars.
1. Hands down. We're gonna start with Sandy.
Okay, so he fell in the chocolate river, then he got sucked up.
And Scott.
Yeah, I haven't seen this in years, so I just said he was kidnapped by the Oompa Loompas.
The Chocolate River is correct. So Sandy ties the game back up. This is a back and forth match right now.
It's toit.
It is toit. Okay, so now we're going to get into round 2. Round 2 is going to work like this. Koho's going to bring up the wheel from wheeldecide.com. There's going to be 10 different categories on the wheel, including spinners and tennis. Each person's going to get a chance to spin the wheel. If they like what they spin, they can keep it. If they don't, they can spin again, but then they are stuck with it. You're going to get 5 questions, whatever category you get. If you get it right, you get 2 points. You go to multiple choice, you get 1. Or if you get it wrong, the other person gets a chance to steal. So, Scott, we are both tied, but you have the higher accuracy. So, would you like to spin first? We'll give you the categories first, actually. Koho,
Sure.
What's the category?
Your categories tonight on the wheel are Spinner's Choice, Star Trek, recent releases, comedies, family films, 90s to present disaster movies, Richard Linklater, directors, opponent's choice, and scores and soundtracks.
Okay.
Can I have my manager?
Yes. If she is there.
It's okay. We discussed this earlier, so I'm going to go first.
Okay. Koho?
Yes, all right.
First, spin that wheel.
All right, bring it up. Spin that wheel. There we go. It's away. I'm Vanna Whiting it. It's recent releases. So keep it spinning again.
I'll definitely keep it.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Scott, keeping recent releases. Koho, you want to give Scott his questions? In the category
Sure.
of releases?
I would love nothing more All right, Scott, your first question in the category of recent releases. Who plays Max's father in Good Boys?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Jason Sudeikis, B, Bill Hader, C, Will Forte, or D, Stephen Merchant.
Will Forte.
That is correct for 1 point. Your second question in the category of recent releases. What fruit is the housekeeper allergic to in Parasite?
Peaches.
Correct for 2 points. In Uncut Gems, Howard becomes angry at Julia when she tries to hook up with what real-life musical artist?
The Weeknd.
That's correct for 2 more points. Your penultimate question in the category of recent releases. Who directed The Farewell?
That would be Lulu Wang.
Correct for 2 points. And your last question in the category of recent releases. In Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Michael Schwartz attempts to convince Dalton to come to what country to make movies?
Italy.
It's correct for 2 points. So he's up to 12 with Sandy now going to get a chance to wheel with 3.
Okay.
Nice round.
I did get 9 points there, so now we're going to bring the wheel back up. Put Sandy's manager in here. Sandy spin.
And on directors. So to keep it or spin again.
Spinning again, Sandy.
We're going to spin again, yeah.
All right, you were stuck with whatever land on this time, and it lands on the category of, well, it's recent releases, so you get a free respin.
Respin.
And you're stuck with the category of scores and soundtracks.
All right, you got this, brothers. Take your time. Think it through.
Okay, Sandy, I will give you your questions in the category of scores and soundtracks. In Almost Famous, what Elton John song do the groupies on the bus sing along to?
Tiny Dancer
That is correct for 2 points.
or Tony Danza.
Your next question. Who composed the score for the 2003 historical epic The Last Samurai? Five.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, Thomas Newman, B, Hans Zimmer, C, Gavin Greenway, D, James Horner.
I'm going to say Hans Zimmer.
That is correct for 1 point. Your next question. In La La Land, what is the name of the song Sebastian Stan sings during a concert?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Start a Fire, B, Light It Up, C, City of Stars, D, The Way Home.
I'll say City of Stars.
That is incorrect. Scott for the 1 point steal.
Start a Fire.
That is correct for 1 point. Your next question, your penultimate, Sandy. John Williams collaborated with what other composer for Solo, a Star Wars Story?
Crap. Multiple choice.
Okay, your multiple choice options are A, James Newton Howard, B, Michael Giacchino, C, John Ottman, D, John Powell.
I'm going to say John Powell.
That is correct for 1 point. Okay, Sandy, your final question in the category of scores and soundtracks. Who composed the score for Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl?
Yeah, I should know this. Multiple choice.
Okay, your multiple choice options are A, Klaus Badell, B, Hans Zimmer, C, Jeff Zanelli, D, Thomas Newman.
Can I hear the options one more time?
Yes, you may. A, Klaus Badell, B, Hans Zimmer, C, Jeff Zanelli, D, Thomas Newman.
I'm going to say C.
That is incorrect. Scott for the 1 point steal.
Klaus Badell.
That is correct for 1 point.
Yep. That's the other guy I was thinking about.
It is 14-7 now as we come out of round 2. Round 3 is going to work like this. Each competitor is going to pick what they want for their 1, their 2, their 3, and their 4-pointer. Scott's going to get to pick first, and the categories that the competitors will be picking from tonight are A, comic book movies, B, comic book movies, mystery thriller, action adventure, westerns, Christian Bale, recent releases, sports, and Oscars. So those will be the categories the competitors will be picking from. We will let them pick their categories right now, and we will be back to you right now. Okay, and we are back, and our competitors have picked what they want for their 1, their 2, their 3, and their 4-pointer. Scott has picked his 1-pointer in sports, his 2-pointer mystery, his 3-pointer in Oscars, and his 4 in recent releases, whereas Sandy has picked his 1-pointer in Vail, his 2-pointer in action adventure, his 3-pointer in comic book movies, and his 4 in sports movies. So, Sandy, since you are behind, we are going to start with you and your 1-pointer in the category of Christian Bale. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, Sandy, your 1-pointer in the category of Christian Bale. Who co-stars with Bale as Angier in The Prestige? Five, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
Who co-stars with Bale as Angier in The Prestige? You have 1 repeat left.
Ed Norton, final answer.
That is incorrect. It's Hugh Jackman, Wolverine.
Damn it.
It's all right. We now move into your 2-pointer in the category of action adventure. Who plays John McClane Jr. in A Good Day to Die Hard?
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
5.
Oh, today sucks.
3, 2, 1.
Suicide Squad guy, I know. Damn it.
It is the Suicide Squad guy. It's Jai Courtney.
Jai Courtney.
Okay, Sandy. Now for your 3-pointer in comic book movies, you need to hit this one or Scott wins by way of TKO.
TKO.
So, Sandy, your 3-pointer in the category of comic book movies. In X-Men, Days of Future Past, Charles, Quicksilver, Beast, and Wolverine attempt to break Magneto out of what building?
The Pentagon.
That is correct for 3 big points.
Nice.
So now here's where we are. If Sandy gets his 4-pointer in sports, he ties with Scott. If he doesn't, then Scott wins by way of TKO. Sandy, are you ready? 4-pointer, category sports. What is the name of the team that Robert Redford plays for in The Natural? You have 1 repeat left.
Fuck. Do you want the full name, or do you want just the?
We will accept, as long as you get the name, we'll accept it.
It's the Knights. Final answer.
That is correct.
I couldn't remember if it was the New York Knights or the Brooklyn Knights.
It was
New York
Knights, but we would have accepted just the Knights.
Big 4-point hit for Sandy.
Okay, Scott. If you hit any of your round 3 questions, you win the match. So your 1-pointer and Koho. You give Scott his questions, and starting with his 1-pointer in the category of sports.
All right, Scott, your 1-pointer in the category of sports. What sport does Hoosiers center around?
Basketball.
And your winner, it is Scott, the Savage Harvey, 15-14, a back and forth match. Sandy playing an incredible, getting those last 2 questions right. It's rare that a 4-pointer actually gets hit, so very impressive game by Sandy. All around, very impressive in round 2 is Scott. We're now going to go to Scott first for your post-match interviews and his very proud manager, Alex. How are you both feeling about the match?
Scott, sweetie, how do you feel?
I feel good. Yeah, round 1 was kind of a stinker, but I was able to hang in there, and then getting my strength in round 2 was huge because the wheel was looking a little rocky for me. So being able to hit one of those was really big, and I was glad that I was able to take advantage of that. So yeah, and then round 3, definitely a 1-pointer and maybe a half-pointer on that last question, but nevertheless, you still got to hit them to win. So I'm happy.
It doesn't matter how you start, it's how you win at the very end. So,
it's true.
It's how you win. So I'm proud. I'm excited. Proud manager over here. Mm-hmm.
That is very true. So now we are going to go to Jeremy and Sandy. So you played a good game, Sandy. You really did. I took my bet. You played a good game, Sandy. You really did. How do you feel about the match?
Overall, I thought, I missed a couple of ones that I should have had in round number 1. Round 2 is where it really fell apart. First getting directors, which is not a strength of mine, and then getting another non-strength of mine, which is scores and soundtracks. Although missing some of those questions in round number 2 just annoyed me. But it was, it's a loss. I'm 0-2 now. I don't think it's a true characteristic of or a true stat of how good I am or how not good I am. But yeah, I can't wait for my next match sometime far in the future.
Yeah, this was just a matter of luck today. The other player got their strength, and Sandy got hit with something that he just isn't strong on. It's one of the toughest categories for most players. The amount of knowledge you have to know in scores and soundtracks is so wide-reaching. It fells a lot of people, and that's what happened today. But he didn't give up. I'm really proud of him for sticking in there. Especially when he got a little tripped up in his first couple questions in round 3. I think maybe getting his magician movies mixed up, which is easy to do, and I don't fault him for it. But he hung in there. He did what a true player did. He came back, got the comic book movie, which is a plot question from a comic book movie, and then nailing the deep cut sports for the 4. There are not a lot of people in this league, like you hinted at, Kaleb, that can hit 4-pointers. And Sandy, he is really strong on sports, and he's strong in a lot of categories. And I think he's going to go back, retool, and try to get back, in action in Warzone, because I know he can do it. I have all the faith in him. I think I have more faith in Sandy in this league than I think Sandy does. And with Thomas and all of the great guys at Criterion, we're going to retool and get him there. Congrats to the winner today, but Sandy's going to be back. Yeah, but Sandy's going to be back, guys.
Okay, well, we will see Sandy back soon enough. Sandy, I do have one more question for you before you go. You are now 0-2, but is there anybody who you would like to face on? You don't qualify for the tournament, sadly, but after the tournament, you'll be able to come back. So who are you kind of wanting to face post-tournament? Is there anybody you're like, I really want to face, or you just whoever comes my way, that's who I want to take on?
Well, that's a good question, Kaleb, and thanks for asking it. And I mean, it's not something that I haven't thought about. It is actually, we've played against each other a couple of times in fandom and in geek type categories, but there's a blue-haired dude on this stream right now that I would really like to take out to the woodshed, and when I come back there, I think that he's
I don't want to know what goes on in that woodshed.
Sorry, my old age. Sort of they used to take as a smack. Anyway, but no, I think Kaleb would be a good challenge for me. He's always a good challenge for me in inner geekdom stuff. But I'd like to try my hat and. Maybe put a shave the head constitution or a condition on the thing. But yeah, Kaleb.
I will say as a reformed heel that I'm holding back pretty hard to the point where my hair turned blue. But if the gods allow it, I will gladly play you and put the shaving hair stipulation on it. That's how confident I am that I'm not walking out of this with an L.
Oh, geez.
So
Alright.
If Koho loses his next match, which will air tomorrow, actually, Koho plays Aaron.
bring Aaron J. Bring me Aaron J.
Koho loses to Aaron J. I can make Sandy versus Koho happen.
Well, then that's the deal. But first,
I'm praying
and
to
foremost,
the trivia gods because that would be really entertaining, and you'd look good bald, Caleb.
I really like my 11-game win streak. So let's see how it goes.
Okay.
All right.
So now we are going to go back to Koho at the desk. So from Koho, from Sandy, from Scott, from Jeremy, from Alex, and from myself, Kaleb Boatman, this has been Multiplex Movie Warzone. Case dismissed. Bring in the dancing lobsters.